gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages.
Bigg's Golf Talk.
This is gonna suck. Hey.
A place for information, advice, golf news, golf reviews, and of course, golf humor.
Oh man, I'm taking a leak in my pants.
Bigg's Golf Talk.
It's showtime, baby!
Bigg's Golf Talk is presented by U.S. Golf Challenge with Tito's Vodka. Qualify for the King's Cup today by visiting usgolfchallenge.com. And if there's not a qualifier near you, well, tell the golf course you want a local qualifier so you can qualify for the International King's Cup. If you qualify locally and you win, you head on to the Nationals, and then you might be playing for Team USA in next year's International King's Cup. Bigg's Golf Talk is also sponsored in part by ShotScope. Data is power. Encore Golf. Photo Ball Marker. McNally 22. UFO Tour Golf. Oh, you're going to love some Foes of Honor golf bags coming out from UFO Tour Golf. Oh, Billy and I are all too familiar with the new bags that's going to be coming out. They're going to sell like hotcakes. Ready Putt. Never putt with a dirty ball ever again, especially right now in the spring. Oh, you need a Ready Putt out on the green when you're out there because you want to make sure you never putt with mud on your ball. Spider Divot Tool. New website, spiderdivottools.com, but same tool to protect the greens. Connect with Bigg's Golf Talk on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Golfballed. Subscribe to Bigg's Golf Talk in iTunes. We're available in the Google Play Music Store. Also, we want you to subscribe to us in YouTube as well. Available on iHeartRadio, Spotify, and your Alexa devices. Our website is www.biggsgolftalk.com. BIGGS golftalk.com. You want to go there, enter the giveaways. Oh, man. People are entering those giveaways. They are loving the giveaways at biggsgolftalk.com. And you're going to have to subscribe to us on YouTube because you never know when we're going to have an exclusive giveaway on YouTube. So make sure you subscribe to that and get all the details and get notified about that. Bigg Jon Vic, along with Bill, the Golf Father Cuebas, and the Golf Diva, Amanda Robertson. Good morning, boys and girls.
Good morning.
Amanda, how are you? How was your week?
Wonderful. I just got back from Pebble Beach.
Woohoo! Woot woot! I seen all the
I know.
pictures.
Got to play a little. Oh yeah, it was great. It was
Yeah.
everything I could have imagined.
Did you play at all, or did you just?
Yeah. So we played Spyglass and the first day, and then we played Pebble the second day. And I tell you what, the caddy there told me he had not seen that good of weather with that calm of wind in months.
Wait, Pebble
and
Beach.
So we got really lucky.
Yeah, no kidding. There's always wind on those courses.
Yeah, I mean we had a little breeze, but the day we played Pebble, it was pretty calm. It was blowing about 7, so we were good.
Wow. Billy, big news. You and I, it just got done. The PGA Tour being at Bay Hill, warming it up for Bigg Jon Vic and Bill the Golffather Cuebas, and the International King's Cup coming in May. We are headed there in May.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Can you imagine playing? We're going to be playing out there.
Yes. I can't imagine.
Really cool.
Oh, this is a bucket list like you wouldn't believe on bucket list, boy.
Oh man, so fun.
Yeah. Have you played Bay Hill there, Amanda?
I have not.
Oh, yeah. No, I have never. I have never either. So, yeah.
Oh, it's going to be an amazing event.
Yeah,
looking forward to it. And Bay's right around the corner, man. Just a couple months away.
Now we have.
Yeah, some of us don't travel around and play golf courses like Bill, so you know.
Sorry, my bad. You just say that you have Pebble Beach and Spike.
I know.
You just said that, didn't you? Unless my mic wasn't working, but I could have sworn I heard that.
But I'll tell you what, man, it's going to be a fun time, and I'm just looking forward to it. Now, we are going to be broadcasting live out there. We just don't have the time yet, and it's going to be all at our website. You can find all the live events that we're going to be at biggsgolftalk.com under events. And we're going to be at New Mexico. We're going to be at Bay Hill. We're going to be in Colorado. More events will be added, once they come in. And, Billy and I, and Amanda, as a matter of fact, going to be at some of these events as well. So we're looking forward to that. So
They're going to have the trifecta with all of us there.
Absolutely.
Watch out.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Hey, really quick before we get the show started, I want to talk about a news story that Phil Mickelson is involved in, unfortunately. Everybody's heard about this college scam that has been going on, and just recently the name of Phil Mickelson has made that list. But Phil has also come out and released a statement. I think Amanda has some information regarding Phil Mickelson and this college scam, don't you, Amanda?
I do. So Phil was one of the people that I guess supposedly was paying money to Rick Singer. Or to Rick Singer's company. And so his statement he released on Twitter, I believe a couple days ago. He says, our family, along with thousands of others, used Rick Singer's company to guide us through the college admissions process. We are shocked by the revelations of these events. Obviously, we were not part of this fraud. Our kids would disown us if they ever knew we tried to interfere. So, he's claiming that all he was doing was giving money to this company that was supposed to be tutoring their kids and helping along with the admissions. And I know some other big names like Joe Montana, Chrissy Teigen, like so many names were involved. It's just kind of, I think, picking out who really was truly involved as far as trying to pay this guy to help him, and then who really thought it was just helping with the admissions process.
Yeah. Wow. Well, Phil has always struck me as an up-and-up guy. I mean, I know there was a scandal that he was involved with, but he wasn't directly involved with, and his name was mentioned in that investment scandal with an investment company a few years back. But unfortunately, his name has been brought up in this as well, and we certainly hope that statement that he released is certainly true, and he will be found innocent of all. And will not even be brought up on charges at all. But boy, oh boy, to bring his name up, that's Phil's always done so much good for the game. He's so good with the fans, and he's so good with growing the game, and so good with charity. It would be a shame if we ever found out that this was the case, that he was involved in this whole thing as well. And like I said, I certainly hope that's not the case. So,
I agree.
Absolutely.
Hey, listen, we have a great show for you today. Oh, man. After the break, we have On Par with Amanda. You do not want to miss this. She's getting a little controversy. She's getting a little wicked in this one. So you want to stay tuned with that, and we want to make sure we hear from you regarding On Par with Amanda. Your Golf Life Report. Folds of Honor Colorado is going to be joining us as well, and that wraps up the first hour. Second hour, Gonzales. He is a caddy, and you don't want to miss this guy. This guy is funny, according to what Bill says. But Gonzo, he's a caddy at Chambers Bay. And, Billy, you had an opportunity to meet the guy, and you said this guy is hilarious, huh?
Oh, absolutely. I love Gonzo. I got to play with him out there in Seattle. Amazing guy. Amazing character.
Puma Golf is going to be here as well, and Bigg's Product Service of the Week right here. Can we fit all this in 2 hours? Stay with us, because you're going to find out. Coming up next here on Bigg's Golf Talk, right after the break, On Par with Amanda. Keep swinging for par. We'll be right back.
Hey, this is Boxer Shorts, and I've got some big news. Bigg's Golf Talk is now on iHeartRadio. You can download their app for free or go to iHeart.com and search for Bigg's Golf Talk. And make sure while you're there that you favorite us so that you'll know when we're on. Join all the other millions of listeners on iHeartRadio and listen to Bigg's Golf Talk. We're the best. Rye.
The United States Golf Challenge, sponsored by Tito's Handmade Vodka, is in its 5th season of identifying the best two-person amateur teams in the country. 8 teams in 4 flights, in 2 age divisions, represent Team USA in a Ryder Cup-style competition with their international counterparts in the King's Cup. We're looking for amateur golfers like you. The King's Cup is played in honor of golf's greatest ambassador, Mr. Arnold Palmer, whose honesty, integrity, sportsmanship, and commitment to excellence represent the ideals for which the game of golf is known. The road to the King's Cup begins with a local qualifier. Over 100 local qualifiers will be conducted throughout the U.S. beginning in February. By finishing in the top 30% of their local qualifier, teams earn their way into the USGC King's Cup National Qualifier. The USGC is also looking for golf courses to host qualifiers. For information or to search for a local qualifier, the USGC website is www.usgolfchallenge.com.
This is a commercial for golfers. Take the next step to improving your game with ShotScope and discover your strengths and weaknesses. Analyze statistics on your clubs, tee shots, approaches, short game, and putting. ShotScope V2 is the golf watch that combines GPS distances with automatic performance tracking. Once you have it, you won't want to play around without it. Check out ShotScope.com to take your game to the next level.
It's time for commentary, opinion, and controversy. On par with Amanda. And here's the Golf Diva, Amanda Robertson.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to another week of On Par with Amanda. We are rocking and rolling through these weeks with the new segment, and I am excited just as ever to get right into this week. But first, let's talk a little bit about last week and fill in our listeners who weren't around to kind of hear. I'll give you the cliff notes and we'll jump right into some replies I received regarding the topic. So last week I spoke about Christian Bezuidenhout. I believe that's his last name. If I butchered it, I apologize. He is from South Africa. And the reason that I spoke about him, his story was so unique. He talked a lot about his struggle as a child after he came across a bottle which he thought was Coke, and he drank out of it, and it had rat poison. And this caused some really bad issues for his nervous system, and then that led to him being on medication. And later, he was found positive on a drug test, which banned him and kicked him out and suspended him, I guess, rather, from a few events. And it kind of led him down a not so great path, but he really took that to heart and really revamped himself and is still chasing his dream to be a professional golfer. And as we all know, that is a very difficult feat, but he is still going strong. I talked a lot about, we can't judge people right out of the gate. We don't know their situations. And I know for Christian, already doing something out of your comfort zone, like jumping in and wanting to be a professional tour player, that is already hard in itself. So when you're faced with things that people are judging you because of, a positive drug test, when there is a backstory, there is a reason those meds were involved. It wasn't for his strength, and it wasn't for, an advantage. So that we kind of got to look at all sides of it. I always root for the underdog, and my standpoint last week was that I love stories like this. I love people that don't fall victim, but rather take charge of their life, and they're excited to follow their dreams, no matter what that entails and how much they have to push to get there. Really turning something awful into a positive is the way I look at it, and I am all about Christian. So as we dive into these replies, I got this really interesting reply from Alan, and it says, "It is amazing how we all have challenges we are facing. This is why we can't judge too soon. Always assume that someone has to hurdle obstacles in life just as you do." So I love this because I think it's so true. We always think we're the only ones going through stuff. We're the only ones that have to take difficult routes to get to where we want to be. And that's not true. There's so many people facing different things. And just because it's different doesn't mean it's easier or it's less obtrusive to our life. And so I agree, Alan. I think you can't judge someone too soon, and you really need to get the facts and the backstories before you start to make an assumption on their character as a person. I think Christian is a great guy from the things that I've read and seen, and I wish him all the best. I also got a reply from Summer. Summer says, "A man's character stands true when he is faced with difficulties in life. So proud to hear he is continuing his dream." I agree. I think someone's character definitely is shown when they face difficult obstacles in life. You see someone's true colors come out, and this is something that a lot of us don't realize that people show all too quickly. One hard difficulty and you see true colors come flying out. And so it's great to see Christian not losing faith, not getting mad or angry or causing any chaos, but rather saying, look, I am fighting for my spot on the tour and I want to continue playing and I'm going to work hard to get there despite the things that I've been through medically and emotionally. So we wish you all the best once again, Christian. And if you ever reach out and let me know how to pronounce your name, that would be great. But I believe it is somewhere along the lines of Beizenhout. Anyway, on to this week's topic. So as I'm going through these topics week to week, I love things that are controversial. I love sharing my opinions in a bold manner to you guys. And I came across an article, and it spoke about money. Money is already controversial in itself. And then when you bring money into the golf world, what we know to be a rich white man's sport, that is what golf has always been known as. And obviously, as we progress in each generation, we're seeing it start to change, but I think there's always a fallback. It is a really wealthy sport, and it always has been. I know for me, when I was entering golf as a player, it was very expensive out of the gate. If you want to have the best equipment, if you want to have the best facility, if you want to have the best instructors, and coming from all other sports that I played, of course I wanted to put in my all. I wanted to be the best I could be. So why wouldn't I try to figure out a way to get the best of everything? Now, the controversy is that the article mentioned people on two sides. The money side saying, does money make you a better tour player? Does money get you to the tour faster and more easily? The other side saying, well, you have to have talent, and talent is what gets you to the tour, not your money. So I have a very strong opinion on this. When don't I have a strong opinion, right? Absolutely. Money means everything in golf. And now, while you have to have talent, it does start there. Money can get you a lot further along in the game and a lot more quickly at that. So we all know, and I strictly believe, it's not what you know, it's who you know. And that's always been a motto in my life. You can be in any situation and be super smart and have a lot of talent, but if you don't have the ability to get to where you need to be, whether that's financially or through connections of people that you know and surrounding yourself with the right group of people, that can make your journey very difficult. It's not impossible, and I'm not saying you can't, but it is very difficult. And so I do believe that money makes it so much easier to get down that road. Now, as I'm reading this article and I'm, asking my friends and my family and my golf buds what they think, I've heard on both sides. I think the debate is exceptional talent with limited funds or decent talent with unlimited funds. That's the two sides. Now, when I started golf, I had a very supportive family that was willing to do whatever they needed to do to try to get me to where I needed and wanted to be. I was athletic. I did have talent. I was able to hit a golf ball well, but I knew that if I wanted to compete at a much higher level, I was going to have to fork over some money to go get those private playing lessons, to go to the Butch Harmon Academy, to have the best equipment that was fitted to me. And without those things, I would struggle to get to the tour. I would struggle on my journey because, and like I said, I don't think it's impossible, because I do know some people that have made it and didn't have the unlimited funds. But let me tell you, I did not grow up in the golf world. I did not grow up on a private, exclusive country club. I didn't have I hit golf balls at a golf course that was a muni course where we lived, small, and I just worked my butt off to get to where I needed to be until I could financially go to another instructor and to get the equipment I needed. But in the beginning, it was about just putting in the time and the work. Had I had the money backing me to have a private course, so you have a country club kid who grows up in a golf family who is, a member at an exclusive $100,000 plus membership club, having all of that at their hands, you cannot tell me that their road starting out as a golfer is not automatically a little easier. Absolutely, it's easier. When you have unlimited golf balls to hit, you're not paying $10 a bucket. Your parents are spending all their time at the club, so that's where you're at. You have the best instructors, you have fitters that are coming around. And when you make that decision to play golf, when you have that ability, why wouldn't you go to the Ledbetters or the Butch Harmons of the community? Why wouldn't you go to those instructors? They have everything that you want at your fingertips. So I think early preparation is where it starts. Talent is something that you can't necessarily teach, but I can teach you to use your talent to get better. So with the right instructor, we can take the talent that you have and turn it into something phenomenal, which is creating a much faster path to the tour. So I don't know what you guys think, but I know things such as instruction, facilities, trainers, equipment, all the advantages that are expediting your career. Guys, we don't get this without money. We don't. And as sad as it is, and as much as I believe in hard work and dedication, look, I started golf when I was 16. I didn't grow up in that world. I didn't have a lot of time to get my game whipped into shape before college and then before I turned pro. I didn't have any of that. So the only thing I knew how to do was work hard. Luckily, I had a family that said, you know what, we see how hard you're working and we're going to figure this out and make it, and we're going to be able to send you to the Butch Academy and send you over here. And that definitely pushed my career along. I couldn't have done that just using no other thing than just my little hometown muni course. That wouldn't be possible. So I want to hear what you guys have to say. I know that you still have to make putts on tour, and I know you have to go out and shoot well. Mentally, it's tough as a tour player. So the money gets you to a certain level and expedites it for sure. But once you get there, you have to perform. So I want to know what you guys think. Once you get to the tour and you have to perform, does that mean that it weeds out all of the people, even with the money involved? Or do you think that by putting them in the highest of the highest positions throughout their learning career, by the time they get there, they're ready to go and they don't struggle? What do you guys think? I want to know. This is something that is a hot topic between a lot of pro golfers, because there are the golfers that fight their whole tour career searching for sponsorships, searching for investment, searching for ways to get better. And then you have the kids or the young adults that have an unlimited amount of resources that don't know any different, and they just cruise right through and they get up to the top. Now, whether or not they fully make a full career out of golf, that's another story. So I want to know. Let me know, and obviously you write in to Bigg's Golf Talk, and if you put in the subject line on par with Amanda, I will know, and I will touch on your reply next week. Also, I want to hear what you guys think about upcoming topics. So I'm always open to listen. Feed me new stuff. If you have something controversial you want to talk about, I'll even bring you on the air with me if that's what we need to do to get a topic flowing. So let me know, and I would be happy. A Robertson Golf on Instagram. You can reach out to me there. And don't forget to check out Backswing Golf Events, my company, and you can also reach out to me on there as well. So, for everyone, I hope you have a wonderful week, and thank you for listening to another week of On Par with Amanda on Bigg's Golf Talk. And until next time, keep swinging for par.
That was a great segment by Amanda Robertson. Keep swinging for par, people. Keep swinging for par. On Par with Amanda, sponsored by Backswing Golf Events. Listen, folks, if you're looking for classy ladies to come and raise money for your event or your charity, as a matter of fact, BackswingGolfEvents.com is the only place you need to go to and book these lovely ladies for your event to raise money and entertain the golfers in your event. Backswing Golf Events is the place for your event today.
Having a corporate or charity golf event? Backswing Golf Events can supply your tournament with personable, professional golfers to entertain and fundraise on the golf course. They can accommodate any size group, whether it be 3 players to 500. They are your team. From range lessons, Beat the Pro, and Pro-Am style roaming, they're making lasting memories one swing at a time. So make sure to check out BackswingGolfEvents.com or call us direct at 661-316-3093 and book your pros now.
In the folded flag, we see the heavy price of freedom. Nearly 9 out of 10 dependents of America's fallen and disabled soldiers do not qualify for federal scholarship assistance. The Folds of Honor closes that gap, already providing over 10,000 scholarships. Join us in this noble mission. Donate today at foldsoфhonor.org. This is your call to duty.
This is the Golf Life Report. I'm Travis Harper. I want to share with you one of our most controversial golf tips we have produced. We posted this tip up on our YouTube channel, and the comments were pretty split between "this is amazing" to "this guy has no clue what he's talking about." What makes this tip even more interesting is it comes from 2011 PGA National Teacher of the Year, Mike Malaska. Let's check it out.
We're going to talk about a perception in golf, what people are trying to do. It has to do with lag. It has to do with a lot of things. But there's one big concept that what I have seen has really hurt people. In fact, it really hurt me. When you swing a golf club, when the club gets to the top of your swing, this driver, for instance, when it's up here, it only weighs about 12, 14 ounces. The problem is, as soon as that club starts down, it gains in weight and force. And so what's happening is as you start down, this club's getting heavier and heavier, and it doesn't want to go out towards the ball. It wants to fall back behind you. So really, a golf swing is about all these offsetting forces. What you see in a golf swing from a video are effects. So what do you have to feel like to make a swing work? If I take this basket, this balls here, and I put it on this club, there's about 5 pounds there. Now, if I put that up there, when you start a club down, the minute it starts down, it gains in weight and force. In fact, a driver, by the time it's waist high, weighs about 20 pounds of force. And that force, gravity, is going straight down. It doesn't want to go out. So what you actually have to do to make this club work, what you have to feel like you're doing, when you're at the top of your swing, when you start down, you have to feel like the handle of the club is coming down, and you have to feel like the club head is working out. It's like a steering wheel on a car, and this is a car, and it's going around a corner. You have to start to turn the wheel before you get to the corner. If you waited until you got to the corner and you turned the wheel, you'd go right into the wall. Okay, so you're up here, you're starting down, the weight of the club wants to go this way, you're trying to turn it the other way. Because of the physiology in your body, those two things match out. So they balance each other out. So all of a sudden, you get into this position that everybody wants to get into. But you're not trying to get there. In fact, you're trying to feel like you're out here. You see a lot of tour players now making practice swings where they get up here and they're doing this. And people are saying, well, they're coming over the top. No, they're not. They're making a practice swing that's going to offset those forces so the momentum of the club is in the correct arc. So, a good way to practice this. If you just get a tennis racket, you don't have to put a handle on it, just a tennis racket. And you set up to the ball, and you get up to the top of your swing. Now, this is a tennis racket or a steering wheel in a car. Here's the car. So as you start down, you're taking this car and you're turning the corner, and you're turning that corner into the ball. It has nothing to do with unhinging your wrist. So this is what a lot of people describe as release. You know, they say they're releasing the club. Well, they're making this move. They're not making this move. They're not unhinging their wrists. So you're taking this, you start down, you turn the weight of the club out in front of you, and now that weight of that club's coming over the top of your hands from inside the target line. So you're basically over the top from the inside. Now, if you put me on a video and I make that practice swing, and then you put me on a video and you watch my swing when I actually hit it, they don't even look close to the same. The biggest thing I've learned in 40 years of teaching this game, golf swing's invisible. You can't see it. What you have to feel like you're doing to make all these things show up that people want, it's not exactly that particular thing. There's multiple effects and multiple forces go in different directions. Try that little drill. I know you're going to get more control of the club. You get a lot more speed. You can hit the ball in the fairway.
Well, there you have it. If you want to see this golf tip in video form, feel free to head over to our YouTube channel, Golf Life. I'm Travis Harper, and that is this week's Golf Life Report.
Hey everyone, Bigg's Golf Talk is now on iHeartRadio. Download the app for free or go to iHeart.com and search for Bigg's Golf Talk. Be sure to save us as a favorite so that you'll know when we're on. Join the millions of iHeartRadio listeners and listen to Bigg's Golf Talk. Golf Talk for golfers.
Have you ever seen a tour pro line up a putt with a dirty ball? No way. A clean ball rolls accurately, and accurate putts mean lower scores. The solution? Ready Putt. It's the putter cover reinvented. Ready Putt has a patented ball cleaner that's made to absorb and retain water. All you need to do is add water, and it remains wet throughout your round, giving your ball the perfect shine. It also has a magnetic surface to hold your ball marker and divot repair tool. Let's say you switch putters from round to round using a blade, mid-mallet, or large mallet. Ready Putt Original has you covered. The universal design with its unique foam insert fits 99% of all putters. It has the same water-retaining ball cleaner and magnetic surface features, so you'll have everything you need to prepare your putt. Look, putting is hard enough. Accurate putts start with a clean ball, and a clean ball starts with Ready Putt.
For more information about Ready Putt, visit ReadyPutt.com. That is ReadyPutt.com. Clean it and sink it.
Golf Dots is a unique, high-resolution ink transfer to personalize your golf game. Golf balls, golf shoes, and clubs, Golf Dots can personalize it for you. Golf Dots conforms to the USGA rules and doesn't alter the trajectory of your golf ball. Tour proven on all major tours, Golf Dots is designed and made in America. Many styles to choose from that will fit every golfer's personality. New styles are being released on a regular basis, so to order your Golf Dots, visit www.golfdots, that's GOLFDOTZ.com. Golf Dots is also available in many golf shops. The website for Golf Dots is www.golfdots.com. And if you enter promo code BiggJon15, that's BIGGJON 15, you get a discount for your Golf Dots. Or call 847-829-4238. Personalize your golf game today with Golf Dots.
Welcome back to Bigg's Golf Talk, right here on the Lake County Sports Network, Stitcher Radio, iHeartRadio, and on Spotify. Bigg Jon Vic, along with the Golf Father, Bill Cuebas, and the Golf Diva herself, Amanda Robertson, as we have our last segment of hour number one here on Bigg's Golf Talk. And Amanda and Bill, you know, we have, especially Bill and I, have been across the country when it comes to the Folds of Honor. We support the Folds of Honor. There's no secret behind that. It's on social media. It's on our show every single time. And Amanda, I know you came to the Folds of Honor, got your feet wet in Indiana, hosted the show with us, also golfed with us. But you have found yourself attracted to wanting to help the Folds of Honor, haven't you?
Yeah, for sure. Folds of Honor is definitely something that I didn't know a ton about. I had heard about, and then through you guys was able to kind of really step into seeing what they are truly about behind the scenes. And I was just blown away. Absolutely flabbergasted at the fact how hard they work to push as much money that they can raise and get together and push it back out towards scholarships. It was just incredible. And I think just the hard work of everybody and the labor that goes into it, I was very impressed. It was like a well-oiled machine, especially, you know, So I'm excited for the future events and to start to be a part of those and hopefully involve my company, Backswing, to help them raise even more money.
I'll tell you, Amanda, from year one when Major Dan Rooney started the Folds of Honor, I have been a supporter. Bill, the same. My radio show was one of the very first media outlets that gave Dan Rooney a forum to talk about Patriot Golf Day, where it all started for him. And, as the years go on, you appreciate this organization much more because you meet so many different people. You meet the recipients, you meet the families, you meet the wives, you meet the moms, you meet the dads, you meet the grandfathers, the grandmothers. I mean, just the families that are involved in this. One thing that we have noticed, and Billy, I'm going to turn to you. One thing that we have noticed is when recipients get a scholarship, they also are involved then with the Folds of Honor, right, Bill?
Absolutely. If you go anywhere in Oklahoma, most of them are working there. They pay it forward in some capacity or another. Some of them become speakers. Other become part of boards. I mean, you have them all over the place. Everywhere we go, we've seen them, and somewhere or another, they're participating and giving back and helping spread the word.
Now, in May, Memorial Day is coming up, and the national event, the main event of them all is going to happen in Tulsa, Oklahoma at the Patriot. Now, Billy, you and I, we had the opportunity to be at the Patriot in Tulsa, Oklahoma last year. But the one thing that I took away from that trip was visiting where it all started for one Dan Rooney.
Yeah. It was I believe my third time up there. And every time, I mean, they've done so much from when it first started on the golf course there. Every year you've seen more and more coming with the cottages and places for them to have, more recipients and more sponsors be there. So it's a special time every time we go. We've done live shows every time we've been there and met great, awesome Patriots that stand with us. So I'm looking forward to this year as well.
I'll tell you, it's been a long time since I've stayed up to 5 a.m. with one Jim McMahon and one Major Ed Polito. I'll tell you, man, wow. But it was a fun time. Yeah. That is for sure. Billy and I have committed that we're going to take Bigg's Golf Talk and utilize the medium that we have here to bring more awareness to the local aspects of the Folds of Honor. We have done so with Indiana. We have done so with Michigan. We have done so with Oklahoma City. Tulsa, we are at the national event. But, Billy, we are going beyond. And this year in 2019, we are expanding our visits to New Mexico. We're trying to get ourselves down to Texas, northern Florida. But one of the places that we're going to be at, and I'm so excited, so stoked because it's a brand new chapter out there on the West Coast, is the Colorado chapter. And, Billy, for a couple of years now, you have been talking to one Steve Smith about having Bigg's Golf Talk there, and we're excited about being there.
Yeah, we've been talking to them for a while, but they just became official chapter. It was a long time coming, but it was well earned on their part. They've been true patriots the whole entire time, doing their other events and leading up to what could potentially be a super 2019. I'm happy that we're going to be part of it. Looks like we're going to have some friends out there as well. It's going to be big. It's going to be nice.
By the way, chapter's following us there. We got people from Indiana that's going to follow us there.
Yes.
New Mexico is following us there. I mean, New Mexico can't wait for us to come to their event. They're going to come to this event to meet us in person.
They want to know when we're going to get there, where we're going to stay, and everything else. So it's cool. It's cool when you have the other chapters supporting as well. And reaching out, where you're going, how you're going to go, what you're going to do, how you're going to do it. So it's pretty neat, man, that they all support each other. And I think there's going to be a lot of people. I don't know what they think they started, but it's going to be huge this year.
Now, the Golf Diva, Amanda Robertson, also taking her company and trying to do some good with the Folds of Honor with backswing golf events. Amanda, that is got to be pretty special for you to be involved with that as well.
Yeah, for sure. This is something that's, ever since I heard about Folds of Honor and dove in, and I've had the privilege of talking with Steve and getting to know him and just about their chapter and the kind of the history behind it. And so it makes me really excited. I think we really can come in and create a really unique experience, especially for these golf events that are not new to us. They've been up and well established. So I'm ready to go with backswing and ready to raise some good money for the fold.
We are dedicating this show to Corporal Dale John Smith from the U.S. Army, who has just passed away, and this whole show is dedicated to him. Well, we're bringing in his son right now. He is the guy in charge of Folds of Honor Colorado, Steve Smith, who is bringing us out to Colorado, and BiGGs Golf Talk will be on the air live from this event and participating in this event and helping out in any way we can. Steve has asked us, he wants to talk about his dad. He wants to tell a story about his dad and Major Ed Polito. And so we're going to bring Steve into the show right now. We're actually going 5 ways. We're going out as a fivesome today because Suzanne Almquist, she is the director and event coordinator of Folds of Honor Colorado, and she's going to talk about the event, but we're going to give Steve Smith the floor to talk about his dad, Major Ed Polito, and much, much more regarding what's happening with the Folds of Honor. Steve, welcome into BiGGs Golf Talk, my friend.
Hey, Big John. Hey, Amanda. Hey, Billy. It is good to be a part of the show. Thank you for inviting me and Suzanne to tell some stories about the work we've done out here in Colorado over the years, and letting me share a little story or two about a great hero that has left us just this week. Man, 89 and a half years of age, wounded twice in the Korean War. Couldn't have been a better dad, mentor, and friend to me and many, many people, not only here in Colorado, but all around the world. And to go back just a little bit, I believe I was with you last year when we were out at 5 a.m. in the morning with Mr. McMahon.
I believe you were.
I believe that and our good friend Mike from Indiana was with Stu. So good, I threw him under the bus. But yeah,
we don't want to throw them under the bus. You can. It's okay.
I know. But Suzanne will be coming with us this year. She'll be able to partake in the Monday night goodbye party, if you will.
Yes.
But to give you a little background on us, we started this mission out here in Parker, Colorado in 2012. It happened to me on a Monday afternoon. I stopped into a local restaurant to have an adult beverage for happy hour. And within 5 minutes of my arrival, 25 to 30 full-dress military uniform people of all the branches came in, ordered themselves a drink, set a beer down at the end of the bar, and a picture. And I was wondering what was going on, and an Army sergeant walked up next to me, and I said, "Sergeant, can you tell me what you're all doing here?" He said, "We had just left the funeral of a friend of ours that had lost his life in battle, and we are saying a toast to him." And having been a supporter of the Folds, knowing about it since 2007, this is 2012, T-shirt here, $25 donation there, what have you. All of a sudden, I had my synchronicity moment that Major Dan talks about, where chance meets purpose in your life. And that was my moment of synchronicity when I turned to that sergeant and I said, "Did he have children?" The man, he said, "Sir, he has an 8-year-old and a 3-year-old. It was at that moment my life changed. I came home that evening, told my wife that I wanted to start a golf tournament and honor that gentleman's sacrifice and be involved in the Folds of Honor. She told me to get a good night's sleep, and if I believed it in the morning as much as I did right at that moment, she would be on board. 4 months later, we had put our first golf tournament together and raised enough money for 1.5 of our now nearly 20 scholarships that we have delivered. So that's the backstory a little bit. Over the years, this year, the Parker tournament we will do on June 23rd and 4th here in Parker, Colorado. Major Ed Polito came out in 2016 to be our keynote speaker and also kick off our golf tournament the next day at our silent auction dinner. My dad would always get on the airplane and from upstate New York and fly out here for a week or so to spend time with us, but also to be a part of the mission. His second wife passed away 2 weeks before our tournament in 2013. He got on that plane, he came out, and it was a healing event for him, for me, and everybody that met him. He continued to do that for years. Well, when Major Ed came out, my dad and him spent some quality time together, and I think some of it it might have been a major talking to a corporal. I have a funny feeling there might have been some of that happened. The reason being is my dad was of the greatest generation, did not believe that the heroes were the ones that did not come home, not the ones that did come home. And very seldom would he ever let people know that he was a Purple Heart recipient. Well, Major Ed is very much a Purple Heart recipient as well. And I think they had a little come to Jesus meeting somewhere over that weekend, because it was after that trip my dad started to wear a lapel pin, a shirt that I had made for him that said Folds of Honor and his Purple Heart. He would wear that a lot more in public, and whenever I would get on the phone with Major Ed over the following years, first thing he would say, "How's Daddy?" And I did the best I could to imitate his voice, but that's how our conversation would always have. "You tell Daddy I said hello," and loved him dearly. And Ed called me yesterday and said he loved me and said he loved my dad. So meant the world to me.
Absolutely.
The Folds of Honor is a huge family, and the recipients that we've been lucky enough to have come visit us, one was Colleen Katzenberger last year, spoke so many times and told all of us individually and in a group, one of the things being a recipient is, the money is great and it helps them out immensely with their college or whatever needs that they have. But to join a family that they now have all over this country that they can turn to, they can lean on, they can laugh, they can cry, they can just call a phone and say hello, means more to them than anything else. And to be a part of that, it is an honor.
It certainly is. It certainly is. Yep. Now, you guys have an event that's going to be coming up in September, as a matter of fact, Labor Day weekend. We are certainly looking forward to it, being there with a big broadcast and a big production on our part, with doing a show live out there and being a part of the event itself. I think this is where we can just go ahead and bring Suzanne in. And Suzanne, talk about the event that's going to be taking place in September. What can people expect? What can the golfers expect? How can they sign up? All that good little stuff.
Okay, I would love to, and thank you guys so much for having us on today. So over Labor Day weekend, we'll be hosting our very first ever gala, which is very exciting. It's kind of been something that Steve has wanted to do for years. I just came on with the Colorado Patriots this past June, so I'm the newest kid on the block. And I got tasked with putting on the very first ever black tie gala dinner and silent auction. So I'm glad you guys are here to help spread the word. We would love to make this just a huge success. It's going to be on Sunday, September 1st at the Cheyenne Mountain Resort in Colorado Springs. It's a beautiful place to hold this event, and everyone who comes is going to love it there. So we'll start at 5 with the meet and greet cocktail hour and our silent auction. You gentlemen from BiGGs will be there, and we've got some special guests for that night. Steve talked about Major Ed Polito. He's going to be there. A little bit more about him. He's Senior Vice President of Folds of Honor. He's the founder of Warriors for Freedom, and he's the author of a book, Warrior for Freedom. So he's going to be our guest speaker that evening, so you really don't want to miss that. And then as another special surprise, we've got Corey Kent White, who's going to be our special performer. He was on The Voice, and he's a rising country music star. I'm sure a lot of you know him and his songs, and he's also a very avid supporter of Folds of Honor. So we couldn't be more honored to have those two gentlemen with us, as well as you guys from BiGGs. Mm-hmm. And that event that night is $200 a person. You're not going to want to miss it. For all of the events, you can go online at www.colorado/patriots.org. And then if that's not enough fun, the next day on Labor Day, we're going to be playing our 4th annual golf tournament at the Broadmoor. And we'll be on their prestigious West Course, where a lot of the senior PGA Tours has been played, and at a price for only $200 a player.
Wow.
You can't even step on the course at that price.
No, I was just going to say,
that's something you definitely want to sign up for. Yeah.
Absolutely. What's the format going to be for the golf tournament? Do we know?
Dig holes in the ground and have fun.
Drink a lot of Budweiser.
Yeah, drink some Budweiser because our Budweiser friends will be a part of it. It's a 4-man team scramble, so whether you're a 48 handicap or an 8 handicap, we don't care. We just want you to be patriotic.
They can play too. That'll help them.
Hey!
Hey, we heard that. You know why she says that? Because the last time she played with us, we won, and Bill and I have not won a tournament since then.
Yeah, I know. Isn't that weird? Kind of weird, I must say.
I think that's weird, but we might have a reunion. I don't know, man. We might need to have a reunion at Broadmoor.
Yeah, exactly.
Bring back our title.
Yep.
I like it.
Show them who's boss.
Sounds like a challenge.
Yeah,
I like it.
We heard you got some ringers out there in Colorado, and
we heard there's a couple of trash talkers out there. Last year's winners are trash talking already, and
in fact, I was with last year's winners last night having a toast to my dad because they knew him, and they were trash talking about being the first time ever to defend a title. And I'm like, okay.
Tell them Team BiGGs is coming, and we are coming big.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yep.
Suzanne, let me ask you this. Now, can somebody go to the gala and not participate? Because, there's people out there to listen to the show that's not golfers. Or they're bringing their wives, and maybe their wives don't golf, or maybe their husbands don't golf, the wives golf, but the husbands don't. Can they go to one event without going to the other, vice versa?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And all that stuff is on your website, right?
And Biggs,
it's all on our
because you
website.
mentioned it, the people that are thinking about it, you can bring your family and your kids because they got that mountain resort there.
That resort is phenomenal. Yeah.
They got special rates, and kids, mama might want to go get a spa.
Listen, folks, this is Labor Day weekend. This is going to be your last vacation. I mean, and let me tell you something. I've been on this website of this place. It is phenomenal. They got bowling alleys. They got tennis. They got pools. They got a spa, Billy, a spa. You and I are going to go to this spa. I mean, it's
how I feel about my spas.
Yes.
They also have a 35-acre lake with a beach.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
And fishing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Fishing, too.
You can paddleboard, fish. You can play volleyball.
18-hole golf course.
Yes. That's my favorite. Absolutely.
Yes.
And by the way,
you can't get bored.
There's a history with Annika Sornstrom at that course. I don't know if you guys knew that.
No. I know the
we don't.
LPGA played there, but I don't know.
That was a very dead silence after that statement. But why don't you tell us?
I may not be old enough to remember it.
People.
Yeah, Biggs, tell us the story.
Great, you put me on the spot because I don't remember it.
Well,
she won an event there.
You brought it up.
I believe she won her first major at the Broadmoor.
That's right. Yes,
she
it
did.
Was. Yes.
Yeah.
And she was just a young
bring
pup.
Something and not know the answer.
Yeah.
And in
He said, let me tell you about this great story, but I don't know it.
I couldn't remember off the top of my. But now that you mentioned it, Steve, yes, it was her first major that she won at the Broadmoor.
Right. And Jack Nicklaus won the 1959 U.S. Amateur there as well.
Yes. So there's some history at this golf.
Very storied track.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely. All right. So one more time, the website to sign up.
Okay. It is www.colorado, I say hyphen, dash, minus sign, whatever you want, Colorado-Patriots, that's plural, PATRIOTS.org. We have all of our contact information on there. You can click a button and enter your credit card and sign up a foursome, be the title sponsor, whatever you want to be. It's all available there. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. You can reach out to us at our new Folds of Honor address, Colorado Patriots, all one word, Colorado Patriots at foldsofhonor.org. That will reach Suzanne, me, and the rest of my esteemed board of directors. And we will get back to you and answer any questions and do whatever we need to do to help you come join us, taking care of the people that sacrifice so we can sleep under the blanket of freedom every night. That is our mission. Honor their sacrifice. We educate their legacy. We leave no family behind on the field of battle. So help us God. Come join us and help us do it.
Hoorah! Steve Smith, Suzanne Almquist, thank you so much for joining us here on Biggs Golf Talk. And once again, Biggs Golf Talk is on its way to Colorado over Labor Day weekend, and Team Biggs will be your 2019 champions. Just saying. That's a prediction.
Woo, yeah.
And by the way, Steve, one thing before I let you go, my friend, as we head into our commercial break, thank you for our freedom, because you also, while your dad was serving, you sacrificed as well, my friend. Thank you.
It's an honor, and he would be proud of all of us. So let's make him proud. Thank you for remembering him and dedicating the show to him.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much. Means the world to me.
Going into hour number 2 now here on Biggs Golf Talk. We'll be right back right after this.
It's our time to take a stand. Remember who we are. Remember who we are. There's a call across this land. Remember who we are. Remember who we are. We were a city on a hill, a candle in the dark. It started long ago. Now we have come so far. We keep our faith when there's no way out. When there's little hope, we show no doubt. We go the distance,
United States Golf Challenge, sponsored by Tito's Handmade Vodka, is in its 5th season of identifying the best two-person amateur teams in the country. 8 teams and 4 flights in 2 age divisions represent Team USA in a Ryder Cup-style competition with their international counterparts in the King's Cup. We're looking for amateur golfers like you. The King's Cup is played in honor of golf's greatest ambassador, Mr. Arnold Palmer, whose honesty, integrity, sportsmanship, and commitment to excellence represent the ideals for which the game of golf is known. The road to the King's Cup begins with a local qualifier. Over 100 local qualifiers will be conducted throughout the U.S. beginning in February. By finishing in the top 30% of their local qualifier, teams earn their way into the USGC King's Cup National Qualifier. The USGC is also looking for golf courses to host qualifiers. For information or to search for a local qualifier, the USGC website is www.usgolfchallenge.com.
A golf ball that performs for you. The Encore Avant 55, hot off the tee, a formulated core that delivers more energy and utilizes soft cell technology to achieve ultra-low 55 compression. This blend of innovation and simplicity provides more distance and greater feel. The Caliber, maximum accuracy. A patent hollow metal core creates significant rifle spin while reducing side spin, allowing the ball to travel along a straighter trajectory. The Encore Elixir Tour Ball, hot list winner. The premium cast urethane cover delivers a soft and pure feel off the club face and gives the Elixir ultimate greenside control, durability, and unmatched putting performance. Be sure to check out their combo packages and sign up for the loyalty program. Gift cards are also available. For more information, their website is www.encoregolf.com. And be more with Encore.
Still using an old golf GPS watch? It's time to upgrade to ShotScope. ShotScope isn't just a golf watch, it's a fully automated golf performance tracking system on your wrist. ShotScope gives you access to over 100 tour-level statistics. Get putting analysis, short game breakdown, even find out how far you're booming your driver. All data is captured automatically by the groundbreaking ShotScope golf performance tracking system. ShotScope, the ultimate golf watch. Find out more at shotscope.com.
Welcome back to Bigg's Golf Talk right here on the Lake County Sports Network, Stitcher Radio, iHeartRadio, and on Spotify. Bigg Jon Vic, along with the golf father, Bill Cuebas, and the lovely and sensual Golf Diva, and Robertson. What?
That was the best introduction I've ever had.
Even much better than what I normally do for you?
Well, I don't know. That was up there.
I don't get introductions like that. I don't know.
I don't think I've ever had an introduction quite like that.
I've never had an introduction like that, and I've been with him forever, so I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
He's never called you sensual? Weird.
No, not at all. Not even in the hotel room.
Sorry, I've been drinking a little bit of Tito's vodka here, so
that's that drink responsibly, sir.
Yes, absolutely. Wisconsinably. I'm from Wisconsin. Wisconsinably. Yes, we drink Wisconsinably.
Oh, nice.
Yes. But we head into hour number 2 here on Bigg's Golf Talk, and the show is sponsored by U.S. Golf Challenge. Be sure to check out usgolfchallenge.com to get your local qualifying, wherever that might be. We want you to qualify for the King's Cup and play for Team USA. And you play in a local qualifier. If you qualify, you can head over to the Nationals, and hopefully you make Team USA. As a matter of fact, Billy and I will be, as we mentioned earlier, we will be at Bay Hill in May. That's right. At the International King's Cup, broadcasting live. So we're looking forward to that. But head over to usgolfchallenge.com. Now let me turn to Amanda, because Amanda has tons of experience with caddies. And Billy says, hey, we got to get this guy Gonzo on it. I'm like, Gonzo? What kind of name is Gonzo? Mm-hmm. And I'm like, any guy that's named Gonzo's got to be a cool dude. But Amanda, personally, I mean, you have a relationship with a caddy. I mean, but you have to have a good sense of humor, and it could be one of those hate-love relationships, because you really count on this caddy to give you accurate information to try and win a tournament. How important is a caddy to you when you're trying to win a tournament?
Well, I know for me personally, my caddy is literally my game. So while I make my own decision at the very end always, my caddy is my rock. So whether, information is huge, obviously course knowledge, they go out and prep before I even do. But also just being out there and having someone, when you hit a bad shot or you hit a great shot, keeping you level and keeping, you don't want to let your emotions run wild. So for me, whether you make birdie or you make double bogey, my caddy has to keep me calm. So a lot of times they'll pull you out of the zone, and we'll talk about what's for dinner walking down the fairway, just to kind of keep, keep momentum, but keep level-headed. So I am very thankful that there is such a thing as a caddy.
Now, has your caddy ever stopped you and say, "No, I don't want you doing that shot. I know 300% in my heart that if you did this shot, this is what's going to get you where you need to be"?
So I've been pretty fortunate. My caddies in my career have really been people that have known me very well and know my triggers. And so I think for me personally, while I am somewhat of a risk player, I'm not crazy out there. So I think if anything, it's the other way around, where I'm like, are you sure I have this shot? But I think, no, more than anything, I am 100% the player that I'm going to do what's best course management-wise rather than just do something because I'm too stubborn to do something else. So, no, I've been fortunate to not really be in that situation, and if it doesn't work out, my caddy's like, okay, on to the next shot, let's go fix it. This gives us you missed the green. I want my caddy, instead of saying, oh, geez, we missed the green, I want my caddy to say, this is a great opportunity for an up and down, let's go get it. So that's huge if you can find someone that you can have that relationship with, for sure.
And there are videos out there and there's stories out there about caddies getting fired during rounds and things like that.
Oh, yeah. Been there, done that.
Have you actually let your caddy go during a round?
So not during a round. I actually haven't. I'm not that cruel, but I'm actually one of the easier players. But I think that sometimes when you travel, so I have a pretty full-time caddy, but back in the beginning when I was trying to play on the Canadian tour, you just rely on the caddy master to give you a caddy when you get there, just because you're trying to, make it, and you don't have the funds to bring a caddy with you everywhere in the beginning. And I remember there was a guy got put on my bag, and I knew within 20 minutes this was never going to work. And so I respectfully just said, hey, I appreciate it, but I don't think we're a good fit. Here's some money for your time and effort for for coming out here or whatnot, and then respectfully let him go. But never mid-round. My business partner, Mackenzie, fired her caddy mid-round because he literally didn't even know how to rake a bunker, dropped her driver on the pavement.
Ooh.
There was multiple things. And so, you hear horror stories, but luckily they're few and far between. And I'm sure us being women, I'm sure some of us out there are pretty difficult to deal with in general. So I have to give them props.
Never. Now, there is a story here before we bring in our guest, and our guest is Chris Gonzo Gonzales. He is a caddy at Chambers Bay. But, Bill, you want to preface the story before we bring Chris in?
I met Gonzo when I was playing with Big Mike from Big Macs. I went out down to Seattle, and we were supposed to golf somewhere.
And I know Gonzo's on hold right now, but I just want to apologize for Gonzo having to see this guy's golf game. But go ahead, Bill.
Actually, Gonzo loved my golf game. Gonzo was really cool. I was impressed.
Push it! Sorry, I was sneezing.
I was just saying he enjoyed it. I was hitting like 500 yards out there. It was perfect. I'm sure he could have. I had some super big shots off those cliffs. He took us to a nice course. He actually almost knew what he was doing. He was really funny. I don't know if he could be funny like that when he actually has people that are paying him to caddy, but he was hilarious. He had a ton of great stories. So,
I took him off hold, and he says, "Oh yeah."
Yeah, you see that? Yeah, because he knows he's agreeing that I hit 500 yards.
I'm bringing Gonzo in here because I need Gonzo to see if this is true. Gonzo,
bring him in. He can confirm everything I said.
Gonzo, first off, Amanda and I, we apologize for you having to be in that group to watch this guy's golf game.
Well, my golf game is a little similar as well, so it was good to have company, you know. We finally figured out by the last 3 holes that we should have been playing a little more forward tees.
Yes.
We were playing with some young sticks. In this particular course, if you're not playing from the right tees, you're not going to clear the shit. You have no hope.
Right.
And, but, you know, it's a great course, and it was able to work out, you know, very well, and, you know, they covered us real nice. And it's a great course, but you've got to hit from the right tees, or you're just going to bring a lot of balls, you know.
Yes.
Just bring a lot of balls.
Yeah.
That's your best bet.
Absolutely. Gonzo Gonzales is here on Bigg's Golf Talk, and he is a caddy at Chambers Bay. Now, Gonzo, how did you start in the caddy world?
Actually, I started in Southern California, just caddying for some golf heads that I knew from playing golf around there. In my other field, I was a session musician in Los Angeles, so I spent a lot of time golfing when, you know, I wasn't working. And it's kind of the same mental energy, you know, never being late, relaxed execution. You know, you can't even think about you're going to miss a note. So the energy is very similar to golf. Almost every good musician you hear in the studios is a golfer. You know, usually, you know, pretty good, you know, handicap 7 or below. It's very similar. So I caddied for these guys going around because I would meet them from the clubs, and, you know, just sporadic, maybe like 3 or 4 times a year. And then got busy, didn't get involved with it, and then ended up back here in Pierce County 2014 and went out to Chambers Bay on 2015 at the opening of the season, and it's just taken off from there.
Now, I'm sure you have some amazing stories with all the years that you put in for caddying and things like that. For one thing, has any golfer ever fired you mid-round?
No.
You must be a good caddy.
I wish they would have.
I was going to say, I'm sure you have seen some golfers you're like, please let me go. Just please fire me.
Hey, man, just give me $40 and, you know, have a good time.
You know,
your limitations are limitless. You'll love it.
Have you ever used the term? There's a meme out there of moving heaven and earth, and the caddy says to him, "Sir, you've already moved all the earth. You might as well go for heaven."
Yeah, the way I look at it depends on the client and what their attitude is towards their game. Sometimes you get only children, and they can be tough.
And they're 30 years
old. They're usually not, they can't execute as good as their imagination. And it's that line of trying, like, hey, man, why don't you just do what you do well and have a good walk? Because I don't know if you heard, they played the Open here. It's a little difficult. Just, you know.
Right.
Let's just stay within your game and have a good time. If one goes awry, don't worry, we'll go get it. We've got another shot coming right up. Just enjoy the course.
Yep.
Do you think that's the number one, I guess I would call it a handicap, that everybody that goes out there not knowing what Chamber Bay is, that they think they're going to beat it up, that they tend to go to the wrong tee, that they want to play further back than they should?
Oh, absolutely. And that's a common problem with all courses. But I can understand it sometimes. And at Chambers Bay, you can actually you can tolerate that because the way the fairways run, and they roll out quite a bit, so you can't do that. But my thing is, if we're going to do that, let's just take 7 of the clubs out of the bag, and I don't have to carry them because you're not going to be using but 5 clubs out here.
Yeah,
right.
That is
you know, and it's like get the full experience. You know, it's the art of golf.
Yeah,
you know, your best score is when you're not thinking about it and just executing and really enjoying your walk.
You say
and you're confident about your abilities to accomplish certain things.
Yeah, you say that the fairways roll quite a bit, but you got to make the fairway in order for that to happen, right? Right, Bill?
Oh yeah. Well, actually, the funny things about Chambers Bay is that it's a straight ahead course,
right?
But there are certain shots there. If you don't know the course, you go, "Oh, that looks really good," and the caddy will go, "Not really, sir. That's kind of low percentage. We want to be hitting 50 yards right because it's going to release at the sound and this sort of thing." And once you can sell the guy, or not sell him, but once he sees like, yeah, this guy kind of knows what he's talking about, then the round goes very well, and you usually have a good time, and then we start spewing the jokes, you know.
Yep.
The first joke I really pull, depending on the client, is on the green, and a lot of it's just nerves. But when people putt, they tend not to roll putts. They stab them a little bit, you know, if they're afraid of the speed. It's like, no, just stroke every putt. Be confident. You know, you can adjust your speed that way. So when they leave one, they just stab it. I just say, well, just come on, OJ. Don't stab it. No OJ. Stroke the putt.
Oh, yeah, he did. He went.
Okay, there you go.
There you go. Oh my God, that is funny.
That's some of the humor, but you can't force humor in the round.
Right.
No.
It has to be timed in.
Right, yeah.
Because I've been guilty of it too, where the caddy is annoying with his humor. He's annoying the golfer. Mm-hmm. And that's the balance I think as a caddy that I really try and pay attention to, because I figure, look, I'm working for tips, so I want this guy to have a good round. I want to have a good walk, have a couple laughs, and chance that I'll do better, and I'll have a better day.
Gonzo, for people that have never worked with a caddy, you bring up good points about working for tips and offering the information. Let's talk about that. Let's touch on that a little bit about golfer etiquette when it comes to caddy, because some people might be intimidated of hiring a caddy because they just don't know what to expect, what they need to do. Can we talk about the etiquette from a golfer to a caddy on how the relationship goes when they arrive at the golf course to the ninth, right after the 18th putt?
The most important thing about, with a caddy as far as fees are concerned, to make sure there's some level that's established before the round begins. Some minimum level. Especially if you're using a staff caddy, and that's usually done by the course itself. So that's the first rule, because, there have been issues. Guys always said, I didn't know I have to pay for caddies. Yeah. And this is at the end of the round.
Right.
So,
so they don't collect at the beginning?
Sometimes they do. It depends on what, organization is doing this event. And sometimes they're unclear with each other about how things are going to work out.
Oh,
and I run into that. Well, it's just part of the way it goes. Yeah. But that's part of the greatness of being a caddy. You just don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
And then you have the other end of the scale. I've picked up clients who work for in one of the large corporations, and I had a great time. Ended up carrying one bag one day and caddying the same group the next day, and keeping them yucking up, and made some good shots, and they got some good tips and shot well, and really had a very lucrative weekend, and it just came out of nowhere.
Wow.
Yeah. But I think just with the caddying, I think it parallels with the golfer, like Amanda was saying. You're really a team out there. If you're really trying to score well, you're really a team. And the more you can get that in, the better you're going to do as a caddy, because you're playing that game with them, trying to get the best that they can do.
Right.
At that particular time.
So
sounds easy, but it's not.
I just got a text message. No, this guy knew that he's a Major League Baseball umpire, and he knew I was going to have you on. Michael Fitchter texted me, and he says, hey, can you ask Gonzo what his thought was about Kuchar and that caddy in Mexico? All right, I'll ask him. Gonzo?
Yeah, I'm actually I'm a kind of an educated person. I tend to lean left, and I really put it on the caddy as to relate to my prior point. They didn't have their business straight before they started. It would have taken all of 30 seconds. And
it could have been as simple as, I think, Amanda, you and I and Bill talked about this.
Yeah.
As simple as, okay, if you win, I get this.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm going to get, standard percent. I'm going to get a cut, right? I mean, just have something. And then people really came down hard on Cooch.
Yeah, they
and, it's like, look, he's got more things to worry about than paying his caddy, especially when it's a sub. Mm-hmm. He's his own corporation with endorsements, this sort of thing, domestic life, and it's trying to play performance golf. And I think people are a little unfair to Cooch on that. I just put it on the caddy, and when all was said and done, he took care of him anyway. So what does it matter?
Right, exactly.
Yeah. And that's why I look at it. People want to we kind of live in a society, I find, that people have take themselves a little too seriously, and they're almost looking for a way to get butthurt at anything.
Yep, exactly.
I really feel that.
That's safe for radio, Biggs.
Butthurt.
Is that safe for radio?
That's
Yes.
Butthurt.
Should I have said sodomy?
Very safe for radio.
That's safe for radio, isn't it? It's clinical.
Yeah,
so I'm sure you have a few stories. So what top 3 stories of your caddy?
Top 3 stories. That's a tough one, man. I think I'll start with the number 3 story, and it's more common. And it's how long does it take for you when I have just somebody who's coming to play and they take a caddy? It's how soon I can get them to trust my direction on the course. And that usually happens about the 3rd hole. We have this one point, and I just lapse into a character from television. There was an old television show called Taxi.
Yes.
And Christopher Lloyd played a 60s burnout.
Yep.
And if I'll have a discussion about for example, he said, well, we got about 135 here, but this actually we got a little bit of tailwind. This thing runs forward, so we just need a hundo here. Just put it anywhere in this area that's good. I want to get it close to the pin. And, well, sir, it's kind of a low percentage shot. And he'll insist on it, and I'll give him the club, and I'll just go, ha ha, okie doke. And then when it goes awry, the ball runs out and goes into a trap with a 10-foot lip.
Of course.
They'll go, Gonzo, I'll never take another shot without asking you again. Soon do we get to that point.
Yeah.
It's just a wicked course, and that's what makes it fun.
Yeah.
It's wickedly fun. And on another note, with Chambers, just had a walkthrough today. They have done a complete renovation of the course over the winter. It's been closed for 6 months.
Wow.
So all the greens are brand new, except for 3, which were planted a year before to test the PO, because they're done with the fescue on the greens.
Oh, nice.
And they've completely renovated it and hasn't played it. They've got to do about 7-8 overseeds over the sod as well as the fairways. The bunkers are clean. And it was just a stupendous day today. Just stupendous. And we've had really cold weather, and it finally loosened up today. We had about 30 caddies out there, all the senior caddies, and it was a good time.
Now, do you guys kind of
just rolling putts around?
I was just going to say, how many balls do you carry around just to roll putts, just to see on every aspect of the green? How many balls do you guys take out there to do that with?
2.
2?
Really? Maybe. Yeah, 2. Because you're just trying to see what I try and find in a green. If I'm trying to know a course, it's hard. But if you have like a home course play all the time, find where the channel is on the green.
Okay.
Where there's a break left or right. Where is that channel where the ball settles? And know that, so you know which way a green generally breaks. Because all greens have to break a bit because of drainage. The water has got to go somewhere.
Awesome.
Right.
Yeah.
The water's got to go somewhere. So be aware of where that channel is in the green, so you know, okay, after here it's going right, after here it's going left. And, pay attention. Make a chart.
Have you ever thought about writing a book, Gonzo?
No, I guess I'd have to learn how to write first, I think.
That might help just a little bit.
As long as
I'm just going to bull all day long,
as long as you can write birdies and pars, I'm okay. I'm not worried about anything else. Yeah. So.
Oh, yeah. That's why those pencils have erasers.
Absolutely.
Hey, Gonzo.
Biggs doesn't know how to write par or birdie.
As I say when I'm caddying, jokingly, if the guy's not playing competitively, say, sir, I can give you the lie you want for the right tip.
Right. Yes.
All right. We're all out of time here, but Gonzo, thank you so much for joining us on Bigg's Golf Talk. You had me laugh at this whole interview, and I really appreciate it. And we hope to have you on.
You're very welcome, man. Thanks for having me.
All right, more Bigg's Golf Talk coming your way. Coming up next, it is Puma Golf. We'll be right back right after this.
Hey, this is Boxer Shorts, and I've got some big news. Bigg's Golf Talk is now on iHeartRadio. You can download their app for free or go to iHeart.com and search for Bigg's Golf Talk. And make sure while you're there that you favorite us so that you'll know when we're on. Join all the other millions of listeners on iHeartRadio and listen to Bigg's Golf Talk. We're the best. Right.
The Spider Divot Tool's revolutionary new design is better for greens and makes ball mark repairs easy. No sharp ends or dirt in your pocket, the Spider achieves amazing results with little or no skill. With a simple push-pull action, the Spider makes ball marks disappear quicker and better for a smoother putting surface. The Spider includes a magnetic ball marker and is made of milled aluminum to last a lifetime. It also makes a great gift for your next tournament and that special golfer who has it all. The Spider tool from Instagolf is a must-have in every golfer's bag. For more information about the Spider Divot Tools, their website is www.spiderdivottools.com and enter promo code BIGG Golf Talk to get 10% off your purchase. www.spiderdivottools.com. The Spider Divot Tools is the official divot tool of Bigg's Golf Talk. A golf ball that performs for you. The Encore Avant 55, hot off the tee, a formulated core that delivers more energy and utilizes soft cell technology to achieve ultra-low 55 compression. This blend of innovation and simplicity provides more distance and greater feel. The Caliber. Maximum accuracy. A patent hollow metal core creates significant rifle spin while reducing side spin, allowing the ball to travel along a straighter trajectory. The Encore Elixir Tour Ball, hot list winner. The premium cast urethane cover delivers a soft and pure feel off the club face and gives the Elixir ultimate greenside control, durability, and unmatched putting performance. Be sure to check out their combo packages and sign up for the loyalty program. Gift cards are also available. For more information, their website is www.encoregolf.com. And be more with Encore. Welcome back to Bigg's Golf Talk, right here on the Lake County Sports Network, Stitcher Radio, iHeartRadio, and on Spotify. Bigg Jon Vic, along with the Golf Father, Bill Cuebas. And Billy, you know, we talk about clubs all the time. We talk about our golf game all the time. But something that we, have talked about in the past over just casual conversations is our footwear and how important the footwear is to our golf game. Transferring the weight, transferring the power, and, it's pretty important. It's a part of it. Not only does it make you look good, but it makes you perform good, don't you think?
Oh, absolutely. Shoes very important, especially if you're walking. Even if you're in a cart, shoes are critical because if your feet give out, that's your foundation. That's your base. You need to feel comfortable and all that fun stuff.
Absolutely. Well, Puma has not disappointed in 2019. And they come out with a new line called Ignite PROADAPT. And it was featured this past weekend at the Arnold Palmer Invitational. Well, here to talk about this new line of footwear is Andrew Lawson. He is the footwear product line manager. Andrew, welcome into Bigg's Golf Talk.
Hey, thanks for having me, John and Bill. How's it going?
It's going very, very well. And I'm happy to say, I have a pair of these. They feel good. I haven't yet to be on the golf course. Obviously, we still have 4 foot of snow here in Wisconsin. We are thawing out, though. But put them on, walked around the house, and oh, my God, these things are very, very comfortable and just shapes around your feet very, very well. Talk about this line. Talk about the Ignite PROADAPTs.
Certainly. So the Ignite PROADAPT is going to be Ricky's new shoe that he's going to be wearing throughout the 2019 season. And us as a design team worked really, really closely with Rick and making sure we got exactly what he wanted. Because like you guys mentioned, it all starts with your feet. And when you're talking about a golf shoe, a specific shoe to the sport, it is really a piece of your equipment, just like a driver is, just like a wedge is, an iron, a putter. your shoes are just as important. So we wanted to work really closely with Ricky to make sure that we really hit the nail on the head. And, John, as like you're saying, we think that we did it. We got a really, really comfortable shoe that's also coming in a really premium package. So like you said, when you kind of tried the shoe on, you had immediate step-in comfort. Well, what we essentially tried to do with this shoe was we take this really premium leather shoe that you can see on the outside, and then the way to describe it is we take that leather shoe and that swallowed a running shoe. So you have that all-day comfort of that running shoe with that really nice premium golf look.
And you know what? That's hard to do, especially with spiked shoes. Very hard to do because obviously a lot of times, you don't feel the spikes when you're walking on turf. However, when you're walking along and you're during your golf game, and you may walk on the cart path, you may walk in the clubhouse, you do feel the discomfort of those spikes at times. However, I put these shoes on, I'm walking around the house. You talk about like a gym shoe or a tennis shoe, and it certainly does feel like that. I don't feel that discomfort of the spikes being on the bottom, and I think that's where you offer the comfort and something else, but maximum stability as well.
Yeah, and that's because, so like your traditional golf shoe, this PROADAPT, it's got a full-length TPU outsole. So that's where you're getting all that traction, that plastic outsole where you have that secondary traction nubs. And then also the dual-density Talon cleat. So that's the actual cleat that's on the bottom there. So 9-cleat configuration where you're getting that traction, but then in between that outsole and the bottom of your foot where it's actually sitting in the shoe, we have Ignite foam. So that's our PU foam, which is polyurethane, so high rebound rate, high resiliency, very durable. So at the end of the day, that just makes it super duper comfortable on the bottom of your foot. So that's how you don't feel those spikes in there. Just making sure that you're getting that long-lasting comfort all day.
Now, you guys decided to go with the Tornado cleats. Did you try different cleats in there, and what made you decide on a Tornado cleat?
So we tried a couple different cleats. Working with our suppliers, we determined that the Tornado cleat was going to provide the most traction based on our traction patterns. The Tornado cleat works best. Also, it's one of the only cleats that comes in dual density. So if you're looking at the outsole of the shoe, or the cleat rather, it has these, what we call talons, the Tornado talons, the teeth of the cleat, you could say. Those are different durometer or density than the base of the cleat. So the teeth of the cleat are able to flex where the base stays nice and stiff. So it's giving you that adaptive traction, making sure that you're stable, but also grabbing the ground just enough.
Now, these come in how many different styles, how many different colors does it come into?
So we have 3 different colors. There is a white base with a gray form stripe. There is a black base with a gray form stripe. And then, of course, the really, really nice premium Ricky colorway that is gray with a white form stripe with those hits of Ricky orange.
Billy, it sounds like these things are really... And you know what I like about these? I mean, Bill, I know you haven't seen these things in person yet, and I'm holding the shoe in my hand right now, but the softness of it, the ultra premium leather, that just it feels that soft feel of it, and the sophisticated look that the shoe gives, it allows me to go right from the golf course and go right to the 19th hole without having to change my shoes, and doesn't look like I'm actually wearing a golf shoe. And Andrew, I like how this looks as well, and how soft it feels on the outside as well.
Yeah, like I said, we really worked closely with Ricky on this one. And as you guys know, Ricky he used to wear that all over orange, be that kind of crazy loud guy. And as he's older and his style has progressed, we wanted to progress with him. So, Ricky wears that Rolex. He drives a Mercedes-Benz. We wanted to give him that in his shoe as well. So using those really premium materials, like you're saying, that super soft leather, as well as, super soft materials for the collar or the inside of the shoe with that molded collar as well, making sure that it fits your foot almost kind of like a race car seat is like a chassis around your foot. We're doing the same things with the collar here.
Earlier on, I talked about how this shoe shapes my foot. And Bill, you see my feet. I have like that Flintstone foot. You know, it's so it's.
You have feet? I thought you had hooves. I'm sorry.
You know, see Andrew, see how this goes here.
Yeah.
But you know, this is going to allow me to use my great Big Max trolley that I just received, but allows me to walk the course and feel the comfort. And let me tell you, folks, if you guys have, you know, problems with your feet and your problems walking the golf course, this model, the Ignite PROADAPT, would really, really help you and really allow you to walk the course if you want to get back out there walking, because it's that soft. And what I like about these shoes is it's ready to play golf. I don't have to put them on and walk around the house. I mean, I put them on just for this interview so I could talk to the comfort and the ability and the stability to this golf shoe for the interview. But you could actually buy these shoes, go right to the golf course, and play golf with them and feel like they have been broken in. Andrew, am I wrong by saying that?
You are not. I mean, that's the goal that we're going for. Essentially, is you should be able to walk into any store or pro shop, slide the shoes on, and then go play 18 and not have a complaint. So I appreciate that feedback, John.
Now, Billy, you're very picky about your golf shoes, aren't you?
Mm-hmm. Oh, you know that. I'm the fashion guy.
Yes.
You know how I am. I got to match everything. So and I'm very picky on what shoes I wear. And, you know, when you think about it, I was looking at the shoes and you know, I was looking where Ricky, how he was wearing them when he tees it up. You can't even see that it's a spike.
No.
You would actually, you know, from the pictures and looking at them in use as opposed to, you know, just seeing them without being in play, they look like a regular, you know, Puma. They don't look like they're, you know, golf cleats, nothing. They look like a comfortable Puma until you flip them upside down, which is great because if you're looking at it as a profile of the ground, it looks, I mean, it's seamless. You don't see nothing. It's like he's one with the ground, if that makes more sense. You know, so you could see that, and that's what I like. I like the fact that even when his foot is lifted, it looks so level that it could, you know, if you don't like, allegedly some people don't like spikes, they want to go with the hybrid. This is like a hybrid to the hybrid. It has everything. It has the best of everything you can imagine from what they look amazing. I don't know if you've seen them, Biggs, on the feet and during play.
Yep, seen them pass this weekend. Yep.
Yeah, so I mean, it's a home run. I think it's beautiful the way they have it. And you know me, I like being that I golf so early in the morning. I like putting on my shoes when I'm walking out that door, and I don't want to take them off until I walk back in the door. And these fit my criteria. I'm just saying. You're going to have to let me know how they play when you get there, when you become one with the ground, when it's not frozen anymore.
I'll tell you what, I should have had them on when I was walking down the driveway. I took a spill the other day, so that's what I should have put them on. Might have had a better grip on the ice.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, and I'm a big fan of the spikes that they use because, you know, I used to be a brand ambassador for them, so I became a connoisseur of spikes. And I love those spikes. And I was looking at the way they design on them. It almost looks like it's going up to go down. So that's why you get that super low profile, which is really cool, but you still get that massive grip on it. So I'm interested to see how you become one with the ground when you get that ground, brother.
Now, you were quoted to saying, Andrew, during the footwear design and creation process, you work with your team, utilizing their feedback to deliver shoes that reflect the feel and performance desired by the best golfers in the world. So you said that in your press release. Talk about how the weight transfer and stuff work with this shoe.
Sure. So, I mean, like you said, we do work with some of the best golfers in the world, and like I mentioned earlier, we worked really, really closely with Ricky on this one. And, you know, Ricky, he's not a big guy stature-wise.
Right.
But he's just as long as the other guys on tour. And that's because he creates a lot of ground force. It's ground force and obviously club head speed as well. But it all starts at the ground, kind of like you guys were saying earlier. So worked really, really closely with him to make sure that that Ignite foam is the right, again, durometer density, to make sure that the energy transfer is correct as you're moving, your weight transfers to your back and then towards your lead leg as you're going through the swing, making sure we have the right energy return. But again, with that energy return, we want to make sure that we're not sinking too far into the ground, because then you're losing your energy. So then that's when the harder materials of the TPU outsole come into play, where those are, directly firmly planted on the ground. They're not going to go anywhere, and then they allow you to transfer your weight nice and evenly. And of course, because it is that more rigid TPU plastic, we're also making sure that you're nice and stable, so that as your weight transfers, you're not completely torquing all the way over the shoe.
And Biggs, I was ready to say that because in the stuff that I've seen,
right.
I've seen Ricky swing, and it's incredible the way he torques and turns on that. And it's fascinating because they actually got some pictures. I don't know whether it's on purpose or not, because they're just regular use on social media. But you could see exactly what he talked about. You could see where Ricky sort of kind of turned, and he still has that support on the outside. And another thing that I noticed is, you know how you have those shoes, and they don't fit right, and you go and hit, and you feel it's like wearing a golf glove that's a little bit too big for you, and
right.
You swing and you feel your glove twist in your hand.
Yep.
That thing looks like it's actually his foot. You know what I mean? It's like seamless. You don't see any breakage. Like if you turn your foot, even on a regular shoe, you turn it, you can see it separate from your ankle. There's no separation while he's swinging. So you could see that it's doing his job on the outside of his foot from the transfer of weight on it. It looks really neat. I'm really, really excited to see what you think when you start, throwing it out there, because it looks like it's going to be a really, really winner. Besides the fact that Ricky's wearing it, of course, but we want that wear. We want to go out there and try to be the best that we can be. And everybody's always talking about, you got to have that foundation on your feet. You got to have it. You got to have it. And this look, from every picture that I've seen, it's there. It looks like it's really, really good, for stability wise.
We're talking with Andrew Lawson. He is the footwear project line manager for Puma Golf. Andrew, now these hit the store this past week, so people can now get them on the website at pumagolf.com and at select retailers. Is that right?
That is correct.
And what's the price point on it?
They are a $200 shoe.
That's not bad. That's not bad at all.
No.
For the comfort level, I'm looking at this is a premier shoe, folks. I mean, this is a great looking shoe. It feels really good. I mean, you have to go see it in person if you're kind of wondering, should I buy it on pumagolf.com? But go to the retailer, try it on, and trust me, you will be a customer, because these really do feel really good. And one thing, if you missed it at the Arnold Palmer Invitational, well, this weekend, it's at the Players' Championship as well. And how hard was it to get Ricky out of high tops?
Well, Ricky is a fashion icon.
Yes, he is.
That's why we did have to work pretty closely with him to make sure that we're still hitting all of his criteria. And at the end of the day, he put it in play. One of the first tournaments this season, and goes out and wins Waste Management. So it's a winner.
Now, this comes with a waterproof warranty as well. And, boy, I tell you what, it is just an awesome, awesome shoe. Anything else you want the listeners and the golfers to know about Puma Golf's new Ignite ProAdapts?
It's available in 3 colors. We'll have plenty more special colors throughout the season, so keep an eye out for those and stay tuned.
And you can also see the press release and the pictures of these shoes at BiggsGolfTalk.com, BIGGS golftalk.com. And we encourage you to try out the Ignite ProAdapts by Puma Golf. Andrew Lawson, thank you so much. Yes, go ahead, Bill.
Before we let him go, because he just opened up that can of worms about those new colors coming out. Is there that color Billy Blue? I need to know. Yay or nay? Billy Blue, come on, hit me, please.
There might be blue somewhere along the line, but if I tell you, then I'd have to kill you, right?
You know what? I like that, Andrew. Keep him in suspense like the rest of the golfers out there.
Thank you for being on, Andrew. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having me, guys.
PumaGolf.com is the website. Go check it out. Go check out these shoes, and you can also check them out at BiggsGolfTalk.com. More Biggs Golf Talk coming your way right after this.
Golf is a dirty game. It's time to clean it up with Ready Pot, the only putter cover with a built-in ball cleaner and magnetic surface. Clean balls roll accurately, meaning you make more putts. Sink more, swear less. Clean up your game with Ready Pot.
The Spider Divot Tool's revolutionary new design is better for greens and makes ball mark repairs easy. No sharp ends or dirt in your pocket, the Spider achieves amazing results with little or no skill. With a simple push-pull action, the Spider makes ball marks disappear quicker and better for a smoother putting surface. The Spider includes a magnetic ball marker and is made of milled aluminum to last a lifetime. It also makes a great gift for your next tournament and that special golfer who has it all. The Spider tool from Instagolf is a must-have in every golfer's bag. For more information about the Spider Divot Tools, their website is www.spiderdivot.tools.com and enter promo code BIGG Golf Talk to get 10% off your purchase. www.spiderdivot.tools.com. The Spider Divot Tools is the official divot tool of Biggs Golf Talk.
Having a corporate or charity golf event? Backswing Golf Events can supply your tournament with personable, professional golfers to entertain and fundraise on the golf course. They can accommodate any size group, whether it be 3 players to 500. They are your team. From range lessons, Beat the Pro, and Pro-Am style roaming, they're making lasting memories one swing at a time. So make sure to check out BackswingGolfEvents.com or call us direct at 661-316-3093 and book your pros now.
This is Bigg's Product of the Week. Each week, Bigg Jon and the Golf Father select a golf product to feature. Here is Bigg Jon Vic and Bill, the Golf Father Cuebas, with this week's Product of the Week.
Yeah, Bigg's Product of the Week, it is that time. But first, before we get to Bigg's Product of the Week, your phrase of the week is Colorado. And here with your Bigg's Product of the Week is the one and only, the Golf Father, Bill Cuebas.
Hey guys, Bill the Golf Father Cuebas. This week, we are going to talk about Footjoy StaSof. They've been in the business for well over 60 years, leader in the golf industry, bringing all kinds of products for us and the professionals out there. They're voted number 1 glove in golf industry, but this year they decided to go big with their iconic line, which is the FJ StaSof Glove. I've been using it, and I saw some people like talking about how often they have to change the glove. The glove and its fit will determine basically how long you're going to get a good use out of it. I've had my glove. I've been playing it right now at my 9th round. If you hold tight, squeeze tight, that's going to affect it. But a big thing is you'd have to get the right size grip. And if you can get the right size glove fitting, you're going to be perfect out there, and you're not going to have the marks. You're not going to feel the glove tearing and stuff like that. And like I said, this glove has all kinds of advanced performance on it. It's a high-quality leather. It's not synthetic. It feels like part of your hand, which I really like. The synthetic is good, but sometimes it slips. It moves with the club, depending on how I do it. But this one has moisture-wicking properties on it. So it covers everything. It helps here in Florida with the rainy conditions and stuff like that, which I really, really need. They're available in 3 different colors: pearl white, white, solid black. So whatever color you're really interested in, they have out there in their lines. They got tons of lines of glove up there. But so far, if you're looking for a glove that's really durable, and it's above par in my opinion, if you're looking for it, this is the glove. The FJ glove StaSof. You can't go wrong with the durability. Like I said, I'm at 8 rounds right now, and I don't see anything breaking down on it. It fits still good. Keynote, you want to have like a 1/4 inch when you do get your glove, and it fits your fingers well. You want that glove not to close completely, because then it's a little bit too big, and it's going to stretch over time. So make sure you can see some of that black. If you can see some of that black, you're going to be okay.
and then it just keeps going and going. You'll be fine. And right now, I'm at a perfect fit still. So if you're looking for a good quality glove, again, check out Footjoy and their full line. Check out the StaSof glove. It's a big important part of your game. Make sure you spend the attention that needs.
You know, Billy, one thing I've noticed about golf gloves is a lot of companies are going towards that skin. You know, they want it to be like a part of your skin. I use a golf glove that is manufactured by BiGGs, by the way. And the golf glove itself kind of is tight to your skin. It sounds like that's what Footjoy is doing with the Atomic.
Yes, and that's what you need. That's why you want it to be part of your hand. You want it to be part of you. And
how many times have we seen golf gloves really loose on people? Like,
yes,
you know,
and it shows. Yeah, and it shows in the palm of their hands when you have a line that's supposed to be straight that's not straight. You have the wear and the tear at the palm because you're holding it tighter because it's slipping from your glove, and you don't want that. And with this, you know, you get a pop-up rain shower or any kind of mix or anything. What's really good about it, and I think this is what, you know, was the big for me, is that this glove, it does double duty. So, like, when I'm starting in Florida and it's 60 degrees or less, I already know that I need a glove. So I could use the two of them, and it keeps my hand warm. And then as the time progresses, in Florida, we can have a swing change of 20 degrees, 30 degrees in a matter of an hour and a half. So when it warms up and now it's 70, 80, 90 degrees, that sweat, you need it to go somewhere.
Right.
So this glove not only helps keep you warm, it's also keeping the moisture-wicking properties from going around. So I've used to wear gloves that when my hand got wet, they just turned black. The leather would turn like totally black inside, and the glove became useless to me at that point. But with this glove being able to adapt to the temperature as well, it became my go-to because I could use it in the morning in the cold, or I could use it in the afternoon when it's nice and hot. It doesn't matter because it's there. You know, with the moisture wicking properties, I just stay dry.
Well, I want to piggyback off what you said about the leather turning black, but it also cracks. But the one thing that, you know, they harden and then they crack and all that stuff. And one thing I've also realized is, like, here in the Midwest, when it's really humid, you're sweating like any other way, but it's humid, and a glove gets, you know, the sweat, and the sweat goes through the glove, and all of a sudden, now the glove, you try to take it off, it rips.
Yes, or it has that odor to it.
Yeah.
Your hand smells.
Right. Yeah.
So
oh, God, I hate that.
With
Yeah.
this technology and the breathability and the flexibility in it, I haven't had any of those problems. And I've been a long-time user of Footjoy. They make a quality product, and they just continue to one-up themselves each and every year.
What about sizes? I see a lot of companies going to the one-size-fits-all thing. What about this particular glove?
Yeah.
Is it one size?
Well, no, it's not one size. No,
Okay.
because it's all leather. So it's not synthetic. So it's a really durable leather. It's you know, it's soft, but it's thick leather. So it's not like a thin leather where it's actually really quite thick.
So you got your standard small, medium, large, extra large, right?
They
cadets,
have to
right?
You have to get fit right. You got to do that. The only thing I didn't understand was they have more sizes available for the right-handed golfer as opposed to the left-handed golfer.
Of course.
I was unsure why. Yeah, I didn't know why. But, you know, they had like maybe 4 or 5 for a left hand for a right-hand golfer, and then 1 or 2 less for anybody that was golfing from your side of the plate. So I'm not sure the reasoning behind it, but it's a good question to ask them. I'm going to find out.
Absolutely. How can they find out more information about this big product of the week?
All they got to do is go to footjoy.com and look them up. They're right there. You can't miss it. And like I said, they have a full line. Whatever you're looking for, whether it be colors or anything that suits your fancy, they have. The StaSof just happens to be new in their line. It's good for pros and amateurs alike. It depends how much you want to invest in your game, but I think it's well worth it.
All right, that does it. And Bigg's Product of the Week is sponsored by U.S. Golf Challenge. Find your local qualifier near you by visiting usgolfchallenge.com and make sure you visit Tito's Vodka as well. Tito's Vodka sponsoring the U.S. Golf Challenge. Make sure you're 21 years age or older before you enjoy a great Tito's Vodka drink like I do. Oh, I love myself a great orange juice and what they call it, screwdrivers, right? Great orange juice and Tito's Vodka. Oh, man, it tastes so good. U.S. Golf Challenge. Be sure you qualify for a local qualifier near you. And if they don't have a local qualifier near you, well, tell the golf course near you. You want them to host a qualifier so you can play for Team USA for the International Kings Cup. All right, Amanda, Billy, what a great show we had. Man, oh, man, I'll tell you what, Steve Smith, Suzanne, Chambers Bay Caddie, Puma Golf. Wow, nice footwear. Now we talked about golf gloves as well. Amanda, another great show, huh? You gotta love your on par with wonderful. Amanda. Yeah, exactly.
Thanks.
Exactly. Amanda, what do you got going on for this week?
Just prepping for my Monday qualifier. So going to have some fun with that. Go out and try to get myself into the Founders Cup. Back is feeling good. Ready for a new week.
Good luck. Good luck. Billy, what do you got going on for this week?
I'm actually going to Valspar.
There you go. Hey.
Ooh.
Yeah, so I'm going to Valspar. I haven't decided what days, but I'm definitely going to be there Monday and a couple days during the week and maybe on Sunday. We'll see how it goes.
One thing that we ask everybody, keep the Smith family in your prayers. Our condolences once again to Steve Smith, losing his dad, Corporal Dale John Smith, U.S. Army this past week, and we certainly dedicate this show to him. Listen, until next week, everybody, get out and play some golf, and you matter. And for Bill, the Golf Father Cuebas, for Amanda, the Golf Diva Robertson, I'm Bigg Jon Vic. We'll see you next week right here on Bigg's Golf Talk.
It's Saturday morning, we're gonna play golf. The wife is moaning, we're gonna play golf. The kids are all screaming like someone's gonna die. The grass needs mowing, it's too behind. But the boys are calling, so here I come. Play golf. It'll turn you lazy. Play golf. It'll make you crazy. Something strange happens to your brain when you take a big swing with that little white ball. It don't matter if we win or lose. Even birdie par and double bogey too. The boys are calling, so shot, Arnold. In-laws are coming over. We're gonna play golf. The smoke alarm's beeping. We're gonna play golf. Forecast is calling for all kinds of rain. Preacher man says we ought to be ashamed. The Lord have mercy, y'all. Where'd that come from? Play golf. It'll turn you lazy. Play golf. It'll make